What's up guys, it's your boy J to the A to the double N E here again with another video, and this time around I will be driving some hill climb cars in Assetto Corsa, and yeah, we have 4 cars and 2 different tracks as well. First off we have the Boglar track in Germany, and then we have the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb in England as well. So yeah, let's see what cars we are driving today, and then let's head out onto the tracks. And here we have our cars for today. On the left we have our course car to sort of set reference times. We have the Peugeot 307 WRC, and then we have the Lancia Delta S4 Group B hill climb car based on the Bruno Iannello hill climb car from the real life. And then we have the BMW E36 with the Jude V8, which is a early 90s Formula 1 car engine. In it, it's 3.5 liters naturally aspirated, and the similar kind of engine is in the next one, which is BMW 134 Jude V8, and those two don't have that much differences between them. The 134 is somewhat newer and therefore a bit advanced, but definitely the least differences between the two. And the one on the right is the Yugo Trophy mod, which is a made-up car, and that is an utter beast. Absolutely love it. But there are the cars. Now let's head out to Boglar track to see which of them is the fastest. But let's begin with the reference run from the Peugeot 307 WRC. And here we are for the reference run with the Peugeot 307 WRC from 2004. And let's head to the start line and wreck there and just go. We begin the track with a long straight, a good acceleration, ramp through the gears, and a heavy braking for this slightly cambered long left-hander that is followed by a right-hander of same sort that opens up to a long straight again all the way to 5th, and then we break down the 3rd and go through the right-hander and the left-hander, and the left-hander has a tricky bump at the exit. Now we have the trickiest corner in my opinion, as this is really slow and it tightens towards the end before we head to the double apex right-hander. Would be opens, tightens in my nose, and now the left-hander and a flat right over crest, right-hander and a slower left-hander, again quite a long one. And a tricky last corner because you usually already think that you're at the finish here, and we are through. That is the Boglar hill climb that we will be using as one of our tracks in the test today. And we are here at Boglar with the Lancia Delta S4 hill climb, and interesting to see if we can match the reference time set by the Peugeot 307 WRC, because yeah, this car has H-pattern gearbox, so it is at a slight disadvantage, and also this car is really old. So yeah, there's that. But then again, this car has Martini stripes, so it has an advantage on that front. But let's see how it manages the Boglar hill climb as we accelerate through to the first corner, and we have a bit of a moment already. That turned out to be a beautiful drift. This car is really tricky to drive. It wants to understeer a lot on the acceleration, and then on the brake it oversteers a bit, so you really need to balance it through the corners as we come to the slowest corner, and followed by this double apex that is really not something that the Lancia likes, as it is long and a tightening corner. And over the crest, 2 corners to go anymore. Not much, we can do this with a wide slide, and we finish the stage with barely keeping the car off the barriers. But that is the run for Lancia Delta S4. And here we are at Boglar with the BMW E36 Jude V8 F1 engined hill climb car, built and raced by the late great Georg Plaza or George Plaza, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but yeah, this car is a monster. A ton of horsepower, not exactly sure if it has like, you know, 1 ton of horsepower, but more than enough. And it's a rear wheel drive unlike the previous cars, and it is equipped with sequential shifters, so it's a lot more manageable under braking. You don't have to do the 3-pedal dance when braking into a corner with this one. Okay, I didn't do it with the Lancia either, but yeah, you could do it. But yeah, let's see how this car shoots off the line. And you can hear the traction control kicking in there on first gear as we admire the sounds of the car as we shoot into the first corner, and the responsiveness of the car is completely on another level compared to the Lancia. Oh boy, I mean, this car goes where you want it to go, which is mostly a good thing, but it is a bad thing if you have suicidal thoughts and want to drive onto the ongoing lane and crash a truck. And yeah, this car handles the double apex right-handers way better as well. And I keep short shifting because I can't just understand how far up you have to really rev the F1 naturally aspirated engine that the car has. And final corner, and we are through of Boglar with the BMW E36 V8, and that was quite a blast. And here we are at the start line with the second BMW, the BMW 134 V8. So basically the same engine, but everything around it is somewhat more advanced. And yeah, let's see how this car manages. Yeah, same engine from the early 90s Brabham Formula 1 car, and a ton of power, not that much of weight, so this thing is a rocket. At least it feels like it when we are accelerating towards the first corner, and you could brake even later on this one than the previous BMW. And this car behaves again beautifully. And just like the previous one, this is also built and raced by Georg Plaza, the late German hill climb driver who actually crashed fatally in this very car and passed away in 2011, if I remember correctly, as we go over the crest and towards the final corners. Final right-hander, and open up the throttle, and across the line we go, and that is the run for BMW 134 V8. And here we are at the start of Boglar with the last car, which is unlike the previous ones. This is completely fictitious, so this has either come up as a result of a really good imagination or some heavy substance abuse, but I hope it's the former instead of the latter. But yeah, Yugo Trophy, 900 kilos, so 30 to 40 kilos more than the BMWs, and packs pretty similar amount of power, which is 560 brake horsepower, but unlike the BMWs, this has 4-wheel drive and 7 gears, so it is more likely to be in the correct rev range at all times. And yeah, let's see how this car performs through Boglar. Shoots off the line faster than I shoot off the sofa to head to the fridge as we brake stupid late into the first corner, but the car just sticks. Holy balls, this is an amazing car. I mean, the BMW did what you wanted, but this does what you want and gives you a back rub while doing it. This is how much better this car is. Holy fucking balls. Incredible grip at all instances. And yeah, it sounds like an Audi, which makes it also a bit better. And there I abuse and the downshift protector like the creator hopefully didn't abuse substances. And a final corner with a bit of a power slide, and we are through of Boglar. And that was the run for Yugo Trophy, and it was so fun that it feels like I've done ecstasy or something. But yeah, we're through of Boglar with all cars now. Let's see the results after Boglar, and then head to Goodwood with the same 5 cars if you count the Peugeot 307 WRC as well. And those are the Boglar runs done, and the results at the moment are Yugo Trophy leads after Boglar by 7/10 of a second ahead of BMW 134, and the other BMW follows trailing 6/10. And the Lancia Delta S4 was the slowest as expected, although it was not expected that it would be even slower than the Peugeot 307 WRC. But let's see how the standings change next in Goodwood. And here we are for the second control run. We are here at Goodwood with the Peugeot 307 as well. And this is slightly different from Boglar. This has way less slower corners. This is more about fast corners and commitment. So interesting to see how the times add up and which car is faster here than in Boglar and the other way around. But yeah, let's head on to the start line and launch off. Yeah, again it begins with quite a big acceleration, and then we have a right-hander where Oliver Solberg almost went off, and almost I went off as well. Another right-hander where you can cut a bit, hence the grass a bit yellow there. Now we go flat out under the bridge and wish for 6th gear. We can't tell Colorado that 3 is enough. And a left-hander, this is probably the slowest one on the circuit. And now up the hill, it will tricky chicane where you can get your car fucked if you mess it up. A slowish right-hander before we open up flat out until the end. It is flat left-hander, and over the line we go. And yeah, we definitely can't tell Colorado that 3 would be enough. Fuck, 5 is not enough. So yeah, we need 1 more gear. But yeah, those are the tracks now. Let's see how the actual test cars go through them. And just like in Boglar, this car begins the game here in Goodwood as well. It is the Lancia Delta S4 hill climb, and the Peugeot 307 WRC did a 46 sharp with some fragments of seconds at the end, and we hope that this car can beat it here at least. And I hope that it can, because there are longer straights, as one of the good parts of this car is the massive top speeds. But then again, 4-wheel drive cars thrive off quick accelerations, of which there are not many. So yeah, we'll see. But it might not be the fastest of cars, but it is fucking fun to drive, and the Martini stripes make it, that much more fun and awesome. Let's see how the Delta S4 manages the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb. At least we need to brake super early again. Feels weird after just driving the Yugo, and a slight cut there like the yellow grass there indicates, and brake just about now. Really twitchy under braking there, and yeah, it takes forever to slow the car down. I mean, I could start braking without a beard, and when I finish braking and reach the appropriate speed for the corner, I would have grown a full beard. That's how long it takes. And we are through here at Goodwood. And yeah, this might not be the fastest of cars, but this is such a manly beast to drive. Oh boy, fucking amazing car. Love it, absolutely love it. If you haven't yet, you need to try this one out. And next up we have the BMW E36 Jude V8. And here we are now with the BMW E36, the older of the 2 Beamers. And yeah, sounds just as awesome as I remembered. Let's see how this car handles the Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb. And then again, the traction control kicking in. And you can brake so much later. I feel like I left like half a second on that corner alone. Because yeah, you can brake so much later compared to the Lancia. And this car just sticks to the road. Holy balls, this is an amazing car to drive. Stupid fast through the castle chicane as well. And final right-hander, and then it's just flat out all the way until the end. And that is the run for the BMW E36, powered by the Jude V8 from early 90s Brabham Formula 1 car. And now it is time for the more modern BMW by GeorgK Plaza, and this one has the same Jude V8 Formula 1 engine from the early 90s as the previous BMW has, and or at least a similar Jude V8 3.5 litre naturally aspirated engine that provides 550 somewhere along the lines of that brake horsepower. So yeah, fast as fuck car. And let's see if this is faster or slower than its older brother. Let's find out as we shoot off the line. And again, the traction control kicks in. Lovely. So even Jeremy Clarkson could drive this car without spinning, I'd guess, because you know his throttle management is quite on-off. And braking to the slower left-hander, and then we go uphill, and you can go stupid fast through the castle section with this car. Holy balls, it's, if you just dare, this car can do anything you want, really. And we are through, and that is the run for the BMW 134 V8 Jude F1 engine car. And yeah, may GeorgK Plaza rest in peace. And now it is time for the final run of the day with the Yugo Trophy here at Goodwood. And in theory, it should be a more suitable track for the BMWs, because you know they are rear-wheel drive and therefore don't really understeer in fast corners. But unlike four-wheel drive cars usually, but I don't know how this is set up, as I'm just rocking the defaults here. And yeah, let's see how it goes, and if the Yugo can be the fastest in here as well. And off the line we go, all the way to fourth, as the car tries to escape my hold on both corner exits. I think we lost a bit of time there, not gonna lie, but the car still was somehow in my control, and I was able to guide it through the corners there and here as well. Super close to the bales. I think I could have like catched one of the hay straws with my mouth. That is the Yugo Trophy run done. Now let's go and see the results. And those are the runs done at Goodwood as well. And here are the overall results with both tracks added together. Yugo Trophy was the fastest in Goodwood as well, leading the BMW 134 by 1.6 seconds after both of the runs. And the BMW E36 is 1.2 seconds adrift, and then almost 6 seconds adrift is the Lancia Delta S4 hill climb. But yeah, we have to remember that that is way older than the other cars, and is packing a age pattern with clutch gearbox combination. And eventually it did beat the Peugeot 307 WRC after all, so we saved it from further embarrassment. And that will be all for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. And yeah, there might be one or two or three or four or maybe some even more advanced fast cars, mostly meant for hill climbs. So yeah, let's see if we can do another video with them later on in the future as well. If you would like that, let me know in the comments below. If you would hate it, keep it to yourself, really. I don't want to hear. But yeah, that will be all for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Have an awesome weekend. I will be moving houses. I won't have. So yeah, wish me luck. Yeah, that will be all for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Bye.